Since Repair Clinic encourages you to perform this repair safely, a warning icon will appear when you should use caution. Before you replace the ignition coil in your leaf blower, make sure the engine has cooled and the on-off switch is in the off position. We recommend performing this procedure with little or no fuel in the tank. Use a T27 Torx bit to unthread the 4 screws, securing the starter. Next, remove the wire and boot from the spark plug. Unthread the 5 screws securing the engine cover. Pry off the cover. This may require some effort. Set the leaf blower on its side and unthread the 4 screws securing the fuel tank retainer. Set the fuel tank and retainer aside. Next, unthread the screws securing the ignition coil cover. Detach the cover. Rotate the flywheel magnets away from the ignition coil. Now unthread the ignition coil mounting screws. Disconnect the grounding wire and remove the grommet. Free the spark plug wire from the channel. Use a small amount of liquid dish soap to lubricate the spark plug boot. Pull the boot off of the wire and remove the terminal. You can now fully remove the old ignition coil. Prepare the new ignition coil for installation by transferring the wire sleeve from the old ignition coil to the new one. Feed the wire under the carburetor. Align the terminal on the wire and use pliers to help insert the end of the terminal through the insulation. Then slide on the spark plug boot. Connect the grounding wire to the new coil and slide on the grommet. Position the ignition coil and thread the screws loosely. Insert a business card between the coil and flywheel. Then rotate the flywheel to align the magnets with the coil. Tighten the screws and remove the card. Confirm that the spark plug wire and grounding wire are fully inserted in the channel. Reposition the ignition coil cover and thread the screw. Realign the retainer on the fuel tank and reposition the assembly on the frame. Confirm the washers are in place on the screws, then thread the 4 screws to secure the retainer. Reposition the engine cover. Thread and tighten the screws. Reattach the wire and boot to the spark plug. Realign the starter, making sure the pulley engages with the starter pawls. Thread the screws to secure the assembly. Refill the fuel tank if necessary, and your leaf blower should be ready for use.